Imagine an elite academy, but all the students in the classrooms are humanized nuclear disasters. And the useless MC somehow managed to kidnap an interdimensional cat waifu all the way from Narnia that happens to be perfectly legal. The story begins with your typical good-for-nothing, plain-looking NEET trying his best to fit into normal functioning society. However, what is different about him is this condescending pussy peeking out from his duffel bag with an excited expression. This pocket pussy with a bombastic side eye is named Felice. She was meant to stay in the MC's bag but rushed out regardless due to discomfort. Displeased with how the MC treated her, the cat classified our boy as an introvert in MBTI, the new way among the intellectual girls to express their disinterest in you these days. Just when the MC is frankly trying to hide the embarrassing object, a girl recognizes the object immediately and calls out our boy. With great interest in the mysterious girl, the MC asks if the ponytailed girl is also a returnee, like him. The girl introduces herself as Imari Kamari, a fellow Academy invitee, just like the MC. She then proceeds to do Harlem Shake in an attempt to find her missing invitation. Our boy kindly hands over the invitation he happens to pick up earlier. After the girl brushes off, our boy reconfirms with Felice that they must keep their identities a secret, else unfortunate events will befall on them. As we shift our perspective to the welcoming ceremony, we see a baldy addressing the whole student body in front of a standing desk. Powerful people from the Japanese government are also gathered around the side of the auditorium, closely observing the situation. Evidently, most students lost interest in this speech quickly. The baldy continues his speech and addresses all the students as returnees who have once been isekai'd into respective worlds and retuned with great power. Suddenly, a visually impaired person disrupts Baldy's speech and forcefully takes it over. She quickly introduces herself as Minaho Kazuha, the executive officer of this academy. Since most students are somewhat of a big shot that have once saved their world or defeated the Demon King, the government needs a means to control and supervise them. Thus, the idea of an academy came to life. Each returnee is effectively a walking nuke unaccounted for. Along with fellow heroes, there are a few gods in the academy that have the power to seal the powers of returnees and allow them to continue daily lives without their power and memories. With a crisp snap of her fingers, numerous monsters came out from various magic circles, surprising all of the students. As the grown-ups are running away, a few confident students gathered and are ready to demonstrate their gamer skills. With a few sweeps and bing bing bang bang, the returners finished all the monsters in a flash. The visually disabled girl praises all the remaining students for their brilliant display of skills as a 5-year-old, and finally releases the details of the aforementioned deal, that is, to save the world once again. Apparently, there are multiple parallel worlds constantly eaten by demons, and among them there is one especially powerful demon called the Lost Demon Lord of the Lost World. Finding her and destroying existences similar to her is the entire job for these heroes. Here, the executive finally reveals the name of our MC, Kujou Kyuya. She categorizes Kujou with other 12 people together as the defectors that are not suitable for the deal. All returners who have once cleared the world will have an imprint on their arms, signifying their honorable service for the world. However, the 13 names mentioned earlier by the executive, including the MC, does not have this badge of honor, meaning that are clearly less powerful than the rest. Clearly, a side character is displeased to be called inferior by the exec. The ponytail girl tries to be nice, but is pushed down by the side character. The spiky boy wants to show his superior power as a magician. He proceeds to summon a gigantic magic circle. Interestingly, the MC easily recognizes the magic that is about to be unleashed, despite clearly having been in different worlds. At the crucial moment, a kendo girl shows up to save the day, placing her katana by Spiky Head's neck. She also appears to be one of the governing members of the academy. After the commotion, the two members go away like the wind, leaving the rest of the students in disarray. The two execs seems to have realized that the magic previously casted by the side character was already neutralized by someone. Oh no, who would have guessed? The person who neutralized the magic circle seems to be our MC. Again, if MC's secret is revealed, both the cat and Kujou will be in deep trouble. At this moment, the small cat suddenly turns into a woman, whispering in Kujou's ears with ASMR voice. She is completely naked, providing 4D massage with boobarina for our boy from behind, proudly showcasing her asset. Unsurprisingly, Felice has a human form, but she can only maintain it for a short amount of time every day. Our boy turns down Felice's clear advances like a 30,000 years old giga-virgin, protecting this channel's integrity from YouTube Sama. Felice then expresses her gratitude towards the MC, hinting at a possible flashback arc when they first met. This was 30,000 years ago, when the MC was first isekai'd to another world. Upon successful summoning, the MC was tasked by the very Demon King herself with ending her existence. As anyone would in this situation, Kujou is confused as to who this mysterious woman is and where he happens to be. I am surprised our boy did not instantly bust a nut upon seeing Felice's Newton-defying assets. Our friendly Demon Lord kindly lays out her lineage for our MC, but soon realizes his small brain could not possibly handle such elegance, telling him to simply call her Felice from now on. Felice summoned Kujou to another world where the goddess is referred to as the Lost World, a world where they filmed Mad Max at. The perpetrator behind such destruction was none other than the Demon Lord herself. Now she no longer wishes for further obliteration and wishes the MC can kill her. Since YouTube Sama does not like massive plots, we must not delve into the reasoning behind her sudden change of mind just yet. To address the elephant in the room, Felice in fact has tried to unalive herself before, but such action is against the terms of service in her contract and is thus banned by the devs. This PP-shaped core is the origin of her power, which is why she could not defy it. Now that Felice has summoned the MC, she can train him personally into a man so powerful that finishing her wouldn't be a problem. In the next scene, Felice Ubered our boy to the training arc. Kujou is surprised by the sheer amount of wealth our waifu has managed to gather over the years. Of course, anyone with a functioning pair of eyeballs would know that the biggest treasure in this room is none other than... Walking around the treasure room, Kujou found a peculiar black sword lying on the mountain of gold, but just when he is about to touch it, he was immediately approached by Felice from behind. At this moment, he became so hard that he can no longer move. The slender sword he was looking at was the ancient branch of Calamity, the Lavaquin, a living demonic sword that was even hard to control for the Demon Lord, not to mention the destruction it might bring to an ordinary human like the MC. In this world, time flows differently. 10,000 years in this world will equate only 1 year in MC's original world. With so much time on MC's end, Felice can mold him into a man she desires. Although things seem to be a tad bit different for Felice as she may not have as much time left. He then spent the next 20,000 years training hard and being hard. When resting, the pair will talk about Kujou's experiences on Earth, including manga plots and his family black cat. Rizologists are still confused how a useless beta bottom like our boy managed to pull out an A+ assignment, naturally comparing Felice's cuteness to that of a cat. Observing such unexpected kindness from the Demon Lord of Destruction, our boy burps out the ultimate question. Why would Felice destroy the world? The answer was simple. She is simply programmed to do so, and she cannot resist it. It is a miracle that she managed to maintain her personality for so long. Whenever she regains her awareness, everything is already destroyed beyond recognition. The protagonist refuses to believe that Felice's true nature is evil. He argues that despite her effort to look indifferent to other lives and the malice she has done, she was still willing to be atoned for her sins. Having spent many millennia alone, this exhausted Demon Lord is no longer certain what goes on in her mind. But one thing is for sure, she is tired of her continuous journey and wishes to end it. Then Felice got up and left, leaving our boy in a deep state of ponder. At this moment, Kujou cannot help but become reminiscent of the good days they have spent in the past 20,000 years. Before we know it, it has already been another 10,000 years, and the fateful day has come. Felice will soon no longer be able to contain herself and start the destruction rampage again. However, what is different this time is that Kujou is here, and he will try his best to save her no matter her own opinion. Apparently, not only did Kujou grow fond of Felice in this 30,000 years, the feeling is reciprocated. Felice has in fact savoured much happiness in these years. She is glad that through endless possibilities, it was Kujou that answered her summon and will ultimately be the one to end her. Thus, the battle of life and death begins. With a quick dive attack, Felice grabs the MC's face and plants it into the ground like a potato head that he is. Remembering Felice's kind smile and caring face, All thanks to the Demon Lord's upbringing, Kujou's attack seems to have done some damage to her. Remember all the assets he has seen in the past 30,000 years made him so determined to save Felice. He gives his all trying to convince your average girlfriend to listen to you after an argument over who should do dishes after dinner. Just imagine trying to parry a Rasanga with a sword. And before you knew it, the bottom beta is now on top of the waifu. He will now proceed to finish her off. Finally, anticipating her demise, Felice burps out one last apology to Kujou. However, it is at this moment the MC tells her to shut up and... Here the MC proposes a possibility, to separate the body and the soul of Felice from each other with Lavakin himself. It is a feat so great and so bold that not even Felice herself has done it. But with the power of God and anime on his side, our boy succeeded in extracting the essence of a waifu. Now imagine waking up and realizing that your waifu has become a cat. If this happened to you, you must be Kujou Kyuya. Felice has fully embraced her form as our boy's house cat to be, informing the MC that all her powers are gone with her origin, so even maintaining a human form will be tough. Now a question arises in my head. Would it be domestic violence and abuse if you feed your cat waifu cat food? The cat now wonders what she can do now that she no longer has a purpose in life. This is when our boy finally offered to take Felice over to his own world. This is how the pair ended up in modern-day Japan. If you liked this story and would like to know more about this as manga, you can continue from Chapter 4. Check the pinned comment below for the name of the series. Thank you for watching.